There's nothing good on TV anymore. Cooking with Ishan.
I love the show.
What's Cooking with Ishan?
It's a cooking show about food and nutrition during the 18th century. Let's watch.
Hello, and welcome back to Cooking with Ishan. Today we will be preparing traditional European dishes from various economic classes. But first, let's discuss the available nutrition from this time period. If you're a regular viewer on this show, you already know we will be starting with the peasants. During this time period, almost all of the peasants were simply capable of affording around 2 pounds of bread to eat every day. Naturally, peasants' nutrition almost always consisted of grains, which would usually be a combination of rough wheat and rye. The wheat and rye that the peasants use has a great source of vitamins and minerals. For drinks, the peasants would commonly drink water, wine, or skim milk. If they were lucky, peasants could eat their grains in a soup or gruel. However, this was uncommon. First, take your combination of ground rye and flour. Then, mix this cup of water into the flour and rye. If you're a tad wealthy, throw in a few pinches of salt. Then you mix the mush and put it into the oven. After baking it to 400 degrees and for 3 hours, you got your finished product.
We interrupt the scheduled programming to bring you live coverage from a peasant uprising happening right now outside of Dingle, Ireland. These peasant uprisings are frequently about the rising cost of bread.
We want bread. Move, you bean. Yeah, you garlic. Yeah, we want bread for lower prices.
We're starving to death.
Yes.
Freaking landowner, give us more
need
food, dog. We are
food,
starving. We are starving. Bean.
That was really informative. Let's see another. Look, Dr. Scott.
I think he kind of looks like you.
I don't see it.
Dr. Scott will see you now.
What's happened to me, Doc? My stomach hurts so bad. What can I do to stop it?
Okay, so what's happening is you have a demon inside your stomach. It's trying to crawl out. So what you need to do is you need to take a knife and stab it in your stomach repeatedly to get it and kill the demon.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Stab myself? That seems kind of ridiculous. I'm gonna get a second opinion from an apothecary. You look kind of familiar.
I don't know why, I've never seen you before. So what's happening with you today?
I just have a mad stomach ache. It hurts so bad.
Stomach ache, stomach. You'll want leeches. Apply these 4 times a day to the facial region. You don't have to worry about the stomach, I don't care about that. But just apply those, but make sure you don't eat them. That's really bad. Okay?
Alright, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Apothecaries specialize in medicine and treatments. They were very effective when it came to medication except for bloodletting. Bloodletting involved leeches being applied to the skin.
Leeches? Bro, you biting. I'm gonna see a physician.
Hello, have I seen you before?
I don't think so. What seems to be the problem today?
I just have a stomach.
Wait. Are you a peasant?
Yeah.
Get out of my office, you filthy swine. I only treat nobles.
Alright, sounds good. Thank you.
Physicians were very elite and very expensive. They normally only worked on people who were very high in status.
Man, that guy was a jerk. I'm gonna see a surgeon.
Hey,
Hello.
have a seat.
Have I seen you somewhere before?
I don't think so. As you can tell, it's very cleanly in these hospitals. So what's the problem today?
I just have a bad stomach ache.
Stomach ache, okay. Well, I think I might have to cut out a large portion of your stomach to relieve the pain. And I might just amputate an arm just for fun.
Alright, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
I'll come back.
Yeah.
Surgeons were becoming more advanced in medical fields during the 18th century. They saved many lives on battlefields as in-combat surgeons. However, painkillers had not yet been invented, so many patients died from agonizing pain of a severed limb. Also, the hospitals that surgeons worked in were very filthy and caused bacterial infections and wounds.
What's happening today, sweetie?
I have a bad stomach ache.
Okay, I think you might be pregnant.
I'm a guy.
Sure you are, sweetie. I'll see you in 9 months.
Midwives specialized in pregnancy and delivering babies. They were most often older women and worked in the woman's house. This was to ensure that she was safe and comfortable. Midwives were always suspected to be witches and got persecuted as such. They paved the way for wealthy women to be educated in medical practices.
Get out of my office and stab it out of a large portion of your stomach and into the heart. Demon legions. Get out of my office and stab it out of a large portion of your stomach and into the heart. Hello.
Hey doc, I think I'm starting to have a mental breakdown.
Do you need mental health treatment?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to give you leeches to take out your blood, and I need to douse you in water.
How is that gonna cure me?
It's not meant to cure you, it's meant to discipline you so you're not crazy anymore.
Wow, now I know all about 18th century medical practices.
Oh! This is my favorite reality show! Housewives of Europe! Let's watch! Oh! I just feel so attacked right now. This is just one example in a long string of disgusting medieval Catholic actions that she's been doing. The Protestants are cracking down on this kind of thing, especially in Germany. What are you doing?
I'm doing a rain dance.
That's so Catholically crudely superstitious of you.
She's always on me, I swear to God. This is the reason why the Counter-Reformation started. I'm strongly religious, just like 95% of Catholic.
That's so Catholically crudely superstitious of you.
So what if she thinks they're superstitious? The Catholic hierarchy has been trying to appeal to these dissenters, but they always keep on complaining.
That's why she would convert to Protestantism. There's so many benefits. First of all, it's a warm, emotional religion that stresses the priesthood of all believers. The priests believe in the power of Christian rebirth in everyday affairs. This is why so many people convert to Protestantism.
I don't know why she wants you to convert, because the Catholic Church has already been making so many reforms. Local priests and the Catholic hierarchy have been making a ton of compromises with common people. Also, it's ridiculous that she calls me crude for being a Catholic, because 95% of Catholics are intensely religious.
Have you heard of John Wesley? He's become popular for rejecting predestination. He believes that everyone can be saved. If you didn't know what predestination was, it's a belief that a select few are going to heaven and the others are going to hell.
Scott, this is getting kind of lame. We should do something else.
Yeah, who cares about religion anyways?
And we're back. Let's talk about the importance of fruits and vegetables. Vegetables are mostly eaten by peasants and are commonly known as poor people's food. Peas and beans are most commonly eaten by the peasants, but cabbage, carrots, and wild greens are also. A shortage of consuming these greens can lead to a disease called scurvy. Scurvy is a disease that can cause rotting of gums and swelling of limbs. Fruit is uncommon and is only ever eaten during the summer. Peasants also love to eat meat and eggs, but never seem to be able to get enough. This is attributed to the standard of living, along with meat becoming more expensive. Harsh game laws also contributed by saying that only nobles and large landowners are allowed to hunt and eat game. Now let's talk about the diet of the nobles and the landowners. These diets consisted of course after course of rich meats and expensive seafood. These people also loved to drink, and their alcohol was often consumed over many hours of the day throughout their meals. English squires were especially known to drink, as they were known as the four bottle men. The rich and upper class were commonly known as gout due to them being overfed and a lack of exercise. The middle class was much healthier and ate a variety of meats, vegetables, and fruits. Even with this, most of their diets were still primarily made up of bread and beans. This overall health of Europe differed depending on their location. Generally, North Atlantic Europe was much healthier than South Mediterranean Europe, and the poor of England and the Netherlands ate the best out of the poor in Europe and the rest of Europe. The English were more dependent on meat, while the French mainly depended on bread and vegetables.